You know, Kyle, I'm feeling so much better about this game already. Because unlike game one, when we sat there going, that Meepo, I think he's going to completely destroy the game, and it's 95% with the numbers you were throwing at me. This feels better from both sides. Both sides have things they can work with.
For sure. I actually favor OG a bit as well. I think that it's easier for them to play the game, right? You've got the huge AoE lockdown of the Magnus. Ana's going to have an easy time accelerating because he's got the Empower and the Thompson Zeus. This is a hero I think is underpicked right now. Very powerful, and one of your 3 big mid heroes that counter the OD, along with the Sniper and what Liquid banned out, the Pugna. It's great, and the synergy with the Fatal Bonds needs no explanation.
Yeah, it feels like most teams have been banning out the Magnus against OG at the first phase.
Yeah.
Last game it actually went by, and now it's like, you know what? No, I think we should do this. Let's give Seb a big AoE stun and a way to actually buff up these cores, and then having your cores with the mixed damage, so you got like nice balance of physical as well as magical together.
Yeah, because a lot of drafting, right, isn't just picking the right heroes, but ensuring that your players are on guys that complement their playstyles.
Yeah.
Seb is not a Nyx player, in theory. He's a guy that buys the team fight items and controls his team's moving around the map. That's the mag hero. 3-man Fatal Bonds.
They're actually
start.
starting with a 3-man Fatal Bonds. Put Matumba on the rune. Jirax's going to pick that one up. Anna's taking a lot of damage, however. So even with the Bonds, Team Liquid, they'll tank through it and look for now their second kill. Jirax, he doesn't know where to go. I think he needs to play the high ground, but Kuro just consumes a mango, and fruit is the path to death. Jirax brought down by the Crystal Maiden.
That is unfortunately not how you want to start a tri-lane as OG.
But hey, don't worry, we'll rinse, repeat, and go again, right?
Yeah, but if you look at the Liquid heroes, right, the fear I have is that, okay, how does this tri-lane change when everyone gets level 2? Liquid all get another spell that helps them significantly. OG don't get much of anything.
Matumba is still like, he's gonna be careful how much damage he takes when he combines with the creep wave. But at least GH and Kuro weren't caught by the same Fatal Bonds. But that's like, yeah, level 2 it looks better for him, but I just wonder how much sustain they've really got up there. Stick charges will get you a decent way.
Yeah, Warlock's a surprisingly good tri-laner after the changes, just because, again, Fatal Bonds prioritizes heroes. So you just Fatal when you see all 3 heroes, you get the creeps as well, and it's just easy harass damage.
Kuro's coming in again. Enjoy your Fatal Bonds.
Yep. Like, watch how much damage Kuro will end up taking, just from like the creeps as they die. Even with the Tango running, it's barely enough to keep his HP equal.
How do you feel about the other lanes? Like we look at Thompson versus Miracle. How's that matchup meant to work? Like we were discussing things like Death Prophet and Sniper against Miracles, OD. How's the Zeus meant to fare?
I think you're... Oh, well, hang on a second. I thought Miracle might be threatened a bit more there, but I like the Zeus. It's all about the rune control. If you can get the 2- and 4-minute rune with a bottle, you're winning the lane. If you only get the 1, you're trading. If you don't get any, you're losing.
They're just trying to keep him away from Kuro. Potentially revenge into Jirax, but it's still a Nyx Assassin. Difficult to kill, GH. He's got 7 stick charges available, so he's got a lot more life. Kuro will buy some space with just the Frost Blast.
Yeah, but you can see this is the OG lineup. They're not about trying to find these kills. They just want to trade and duel.
Burn the consumables.
Yep.
I can tell Liquid have nothing left. Matumpa's going to try again. Triggering up the war cry. GH turns his attention over towards, and the Troll will be a huge kill they can claim, but now the Whirling Axe's melee come out, and GH and Kuro, they're sticking around. Anna, he doesn't even worry about it. He stays with it. Maybe they can find another kill into GH or Kuro, but it won't happen. It's a core-for-core trade-off, and the supports are the only ones left standing.
This is going to be like a disaster for both sides, honestly. They're just going to keep trying to kill each other over and over.
Let's go again. No-tell, rolling boulder forward. He's triggered the Fatal Bonds on Kuro and the creep wave, so Kuro, one more attack, it wasn't enough to kill off No-tell. Kuro will end up dying. GH is still in the trees as well. If Jirax can just connect on the Impale, they'll find that kill. And the mid's also been a lot of fun for Thompson. He managed to find himself an Arcane Rune against Miracle.
And what I should have probably brought up is just this bottom lane matchup. If you look at Mind Control versus Seb, Shaker is very favored in 1v1 melee matchups, especially when you have the CM aura. The Enchant Totem Mana Cost, remember that used to be 20 at level 1, now only 35, or now 35, so the aura means you effectively don't feel that change, and you can just continue doing what he is doing, which is you CS with Aftershock and then harass. And Seb's already being punished. This will only get worse for him as well as this lane continues.
It's kind of funny when you watch an ES, like, you know, yeah, no fissure. I don't need to level this thing up. It's just a, well, it's a 0-1-2 now. Now he's got a 1-1-2.
Yeah, but you go 1-1-3, and that's when you get scary. As soon as you're 6, no longer could Seb really even play the lane.
It's really crazy to think about for a Magnus, but maybe that's when you also think about lane rotations.
Yeah, Mike's also one of the best 1v1ers as an off-laner. So, not really Seb's forte either. I see him as a much more adept as like those sacrificial 1v2s or in dual lanes with Jarex.
Not a straight one-on-one. Whereas like I actually need to evenly trade.
And it's cool too because with tri-lanes coming back, I feel like this is one of those metas that I didn't like when it was active, but it's been so long since we saw this. You know, 2 1v1s and a tri-lane. Like there's guaranteed action, and you can really see individual skill on different players and also different matchups like that you don't have to think about. Just become relevant again.
Miracle is able to grab that regen from top while the Stormbolt flies forward towards Notel. There's a good kick going through 3. Jirax to spike Carapace.
Grows way too close.
Yeah, he just gets Impel stunned up. That's the easiest kill for Ana. And Matumba and GH are still connected, but they'll get back behind the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, Kuro is you're much too slow and far too squishy to be that close to the engagement. Just checking out mid lane, by the way. Did Thompson get any of the runes thus far?
He got an Arcane at 2, and Miracle took the regen at 4.
Gotcha. Okay, that explains it. Because the regen for Miracle is actually huge because it means you get to spend your money on items, not just consumables. And keep in mind, even if you look at the CS, and sure, Miracle's up 28 to 14.5, but he's had to buy a lot more regen. So net worth, he's only up by about 150. So not quite as favored as it appears, but Thompson really needs to get to the Arcanes ASAP. Once he's level 6, though, that's when this top tri-lane for OG gets scary. When you consider they'll have this Fatal Bonds always applied on like 2 or 3 heroes. Then boom, Zeus ult. What do you do now?
Well, now everyone just has to take the pain. You know what, I'm loving just one thing. Like you talk about, like obviously our attention's very much focused towards the top lane, but watching bottom lane where Mind Control is able to get this early bottle time and time again, happened in game 1 of this series, has happened in game 2, where he's able to grab both the bounty runes at the 5-minute mark, and he just, like, this is now totally taken Seb out of the lane. Miracle and Thompson having some fun in mid, GH getting involved, and Miracle's able to find that kill.
Easy. I love what he chose to do here. He went for the null, and instead of going for the triple null like he usually does, he actually goes for the 2 bracers instead, because they provide that 6% magic resistance each. That is not negligible when you're playing against a Zeus. That's more than a pipe aura gives. Like, you take that. It's like a third of a hood, actually. In fact, it's a cloak, but with a ton of stats attached. That's how we should view it. And to your point, bottom, now we have an aggro glyph clumping coming out for the catapult waves, and they dive mid again.
He's rolling bouldering in. Jirax's been waiting for this one. He's stepping back. He'll get the stun out. Is over on the OD with a double damage rune. Miracle feels good, but Notel chains Miracle up. He's fatally bonded to the creep wave. Seb's even going to arrive for the RP. Takes the time to turn around. Kills him off, but they know now that Ana is all by himself. Stick charges, and he'll get back underneath the tier 1 tower. No more control available from Kuro with just that level 1 frostbite.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I like that rotation
from Seb.
Yeah, just... Miracle is the win condition for Liquid. I'm just afraid because Mind Control's having a free game as an Earthshaker. Like, look at the build, too. He's going for this, I'm going to dominate bottom lane and be this huge core. 1-1-4. Like, he's just trying to dominate the wave, and no one on OG can come down here to play with him. In fact, I don't even know how you gank him until Jarex is level 6. You set up with an invis and have 2 heroes.
That seems like a rough ask mid lane. Here comes the initiation GH has been waiting for. Rolling boulder in, kicking back Zeus right into the clutches of Miracle, and that is a level 3 imprisonment. Does he pop from just that? Yes, he does. While top lane, diving underneath the tower, Kuro barely surviving. Remember, he's still connected with the Fatal Boss, but Tumman stop taking damage or else Kuro will end up dying. Jirax gets a wonderful stun, but Ana, he cannot juke out that Storm Hammer. Not any longer.
It's really great positioning from Matumba Man as well, ensuring there's no chance he gets double stunned. Just playing very intelligently. One of the better Svens in the world. I'd say him and Artur, probably 2 of my favorites to watch. Paparazzi as well, of course.
Jirax, oh, he misses the timing. He wanted to spike Carapace so we can actually get the kill while on bottom lane.
Yep.
Mind Control. This is that whole doing it solo. You skewer him, but you don't want him. Now Jirax will finally go down. GH and Kuro doing the work.
Yeah, I love the build from Mind Control. He's going to go for the Enchant Totem build, which again is so much stronger because of that CM aura. Just an easy way that Kuro, even though he's fed a couple times, you know, helping out his team, putting 2 points in the aura already, and no one can come bottom to lane against Mind Control. That's the problem. The Troll, the Mag, like, you just can't stand against this hero.
Yeah.
Jarex is going to try his part now, but you know, with the phase boots, he's that in double enchant, like that's like near 300 auto attack damage, man.
This is just absolutely crazy. Team Liquid are looking fantastic in every single lane. even in the bad lane they had with Sven, like he's still only 200 behind the top net worth of OG.
Man, he's already got treads level 6. You got no problems if you're Matumba man. And I like this from Kuro. He wants to get out aggressive into the enemy jungle. He's going to ward to ensure that the shrine is
Where
not
do you go,
a TP
GRX?
location.
Where do you go? Mind Control's waiting. He's waiting for the enchant totem. And GRX is waiting for his stun and the ability to walk back past the wall.
And it all comes back to the CMR, man. I'm telling you. That's all it is. Mind control. This is scary, and it doesn't matter that he's the Shaker. That's threatening enough. It's that it's mind control. Like, this is the wrong person to give arguably the best playmaker in Dota.
Rolling boulder in from GH. GRX was just hanging around on top of the tier 1 tower and it had enough time for both the supports of Team Liquid to come to the bottom lane.
It's all planned, because what do you want to do as supports, especially great roamers like CM, Earth Spirit? Find your strongest hero, play around him. First it's the OD, they secure a couple of kills. Now, let your cores just do whatever they want and come play with MC. Make this 3-4-5 now can get super active and just start taking over the map. They might even be able to finish this tower. No glyph available.
Yeah, they want to let it go. Right now, Troll Warlord is taking a quad stack of Ancients, working with No-Tail to do it, so they're going to get a lot of money back anyway.
And I love it. Mind Control literally using the last bit of his mana and health to get the last hit. Now we'll grab both 10-minute bounty runes and most likely be full HP, full mana, and ready to do whatever it is he chooses.
It's such a rinse and repeat of Game 1 for Mind Control's impact. But the funny thing is, like, it was all the Meepo show in Game 1. You kind of don't see all these great elements.
And it's great. I figured he'd do this once I saw the phase boots. He's going straight Ags, no blink. You do this because you're playing against so many methods of blink cancellation. Whenever you're against globals like Zeus and Spectre, who needs blink? You remove the Zeus as a counter to your hero, and oh god, JerAx.
Yeah, he locked him in with a fissure once again. Spire Carapace comes all a little too late. No TP, at least he can get the double stun, but where do you run? Fissure's off cooldown in 5 seconds time. He's going to make a break for the tree line. There is no other support coming to help out JerAx. He can buy a TP scroll, he'll dodge the Fissure, 13 seconds for the TP to come off cooldown.
Wasn't a dodge. That was Mind Control blocking off the bottom area because he recognizes that he can only get juked if JerAx goes down, and this actually is going to guarantee
Keep
the kill.
running, JerAx. Keep running. You got this, JerAx. Just believe. Belief is the path to freedom. He's juking it around the side. Mind Control, does he see him? He's wondering. Fissure, Spike Carapace, JerAx begins his TP. He's actually going to get away from this one. Belief is rewarded.
Not bad. Mind Control, you see he actually canceled once, and JerAx held the Carapace longer than expected, so the cancel actually gives JerAx the time to get that stun damage redacted, I guess. I was going to say reduced, but obviously you didn't take any. Mid, though, Miracle still having a great time, and I like this choice. He'll actually be going for the Blink because he can then be this initiator, go front line, and you can trust that Mind Control with the Ags will always be able to follow up.
Do you actually like this from Seb to not go in for the Blink Dagger himself, going for that big ultimate? He's going in for the pipe.
It's Seb, though.
Yeah,
this is what he does,
right?
Yeah, and I don't mind it because the way they're going to win this game is really to just outlast the Liquid damage, get through the BKBs on the two cores as we head into the late game, and really just take this game much later. Zeus and Troll will eventually outscale their counterparts on the dire Liquid side, but just a question of whether they can get to that point without facing an insane disadvantage, which right now looks like Liquid's on form. Definitely came to play today.
Yeah.
Recognizing that they actually need this win, if I'm not mistaken, to ensure that they get one of those top two spots.
So, yeah, if they take this win, yeah, they need to keep themselves out of the four-way tiebreaker. If it went 1-1, then they could have been tied up with TNC and NIP and OG. But if they claim this, they then get the other battle, which they play today. They'll play Evil Geniuses. So the second place of Group A, which is what everyone's playing for right now, yeah, they could go up. Unless VG get 2-0'd. If VG get 2-0 by 4, but then there's actually a tie for first position between VG and Liquid. But hey, never underestimate any team. I don't know if that works on the head-to-heads, however.
Yeah, we realistically, Toby, you don't have any idea how the tiebreakers work.
No, I don't. But hey, that's why we got Red Eyes, right? He sits there with his notepad and works it out.
Yeah, you can see Ana just trying to farm woods. This is where the mag gives you that easy way to play some Dota 2. OG do love their damage amp mechanics, as we've seen time and time again. Mind Control still continuing to accelerate, just that one piece away now from the Ags.
You think JerAx would just feel so good to go for this kill? I think No-Tail's holding back at this point. Like, he They don't feel like they have enough damage to kill GH. Nice body block. Nyx Assassin hits him with the Spike Carapace. Now GH is in a world of hurt. They're holding the stun, so there's no easy TP out from GH, but the Magnetize is causing a lot of problems. Thompson's finally moved over. Jirax, he's going to finally connect on the Impale. The mind control being nearby. He actually fissure blocks his Jirax in. He's got Spike Carapace, and the Feather Bonds is already back up. So he hits mind control GH and the creep wave with it. Liquid will retreat.
Look at this, Miracle is here. He's got the Blink Dagger active. And I don't mind this build either because you're playing against Nyx, right? Playing against Zeus. You need BKB ASAP, get that playmaking ability, and then just go straight for the survivability because he recognizes, look, I don't need to do building damage, and Mind Control's having such a great game, but Man's not doing half bad. I can let these guys win the game for me. I don't need to 1v5, all right? It's not the game we saw yesterday.
Yeah. And he wasn't going to in that situation. It's actually a downside for Liquid. Miracle was sitting right on top of that Radiant Observer ward we were looking at. So the Blink Dagger got revealed, and OG just back up. And this is what OG always seems to love. They back up again, so what happens? Ana back into farming, and Power buffed up, working towards BKBs, because once they're up and running, just how much of an impact will Miracle have?
Yeah, crazy. And I don't know, you saw the stat. OG, Liquid, NIP have a chance of being eliminated here, so really a must-win game for both sides, even though Liquid did take game one. Going to come down to the mid-game execution, as most games of Dota often do. Bounty Rune spawning at 15, 10 seconds from now. 5k gold lead for Liquid.
Ooh.
I think they got GH here.
OG's actually going to smoke down for this. Now they want to get the quick kill on GH. Seb's going to skewer him back in range. 1 second, and Mind Control, man, this guy's just so good. Rock. No tell, they really want to commit. The body block coming in from the Rock, but that's why they imprisoned it out, giving Mind Control some distance to run, but Jirax can connect on max range of the Impale, allowing Thompson to finish up Mind Control. These kills are worth so much for him too. For sure, but they did secure both bounties thanks to the sacrifice of Mind Control, and they got the 2 up top thanks to Man. So 4 bounties for Liquid. Even though you win that fight, OG, you find those kills, the gold disparity does not change, just a slight move in the XP. Actually, you're almost 2,000, actually over 2,000 gold. The difference in gaining from bounties alone.
And
you're seeing OG getting more information now. Like they're coming out, Jirax gets a nice deep observe ward, which wasn't scouted out by Liquid, but they look towards mid while No-Tail's Rock was doing the push. He gets the Feather Bonds off again, but they weren't really having any kind of follow-up to this apart from bringing 4 players of Liquid to the Tier 1 tower.
Yep, and it's cool too because the Blink provides that initiation we were talking about, but it ensures as well, and Liquid love syncing this, the power spikes, right? You look at Man, he's going BKB next item, he'll have it complete in just like 1,000 gold. Miracle is actually going to switch it up to Kaya because he recognizes that they're ahead and he can look to accelerate, but point is, you got one guy that can initiate, that sets up Man to just walk forwards with BKB active. He can't be touched, nothing on OG will stop him with the exception of an RP, and if you peel...
Caught him in the back lines. Jirax walked underneath the sentry ward. He's going to get out of range of it at the moment. Have they got another one? Yeah, they do. Drops it down the hill.
That was a 4-man Fatal Bonds.
It was. There was no way to follow up, and Ana wasn't getting involved. He finished up SMY. He's still working towards the BKB. He is not combat ready yet.
Not at all.
Thompson's at least got the distance thanks to the Ether Lens.
Seb does have a pipe complete, though. That's a lot of damage reduction that will give OG a bit of an edge here. And it fits more into the concept that OG love to utilize. And I'd love to, you pick Mag, provides a steroid that cannot be replicated, and he itemizes for damage reduction purely. And at a certain point, you'll see the status quo start to shift towards OG just because of the Warlock, the Mag, the Zeus. It's so much damage potential, and a 3 or 4 item troll will eat the OD.
It's actually hilarious when you think about it. Like, there's still kills coming the way of Liquid, but the net worth is not increasing for Team Liquid. In fact, it's almost starting to flatline a little bit just because you do have Mag off the field. Like I was saying, like, as if you got to get to a pipe and then think about a Blink Dagger, but he's only 1,000 and a bit gold away from having that Blink Dagger after completing an entire pipe. Yeah,
and OG love these drafts where it feels like they're bleeding the enemy team in a stagnant game. Every minute that passes by, they're able to out-farm. They're slowly like chewing their way to a victory, grinding it out. But this time,
it feels weird to say that when you're up against like a Sven, an OD, and ES going to do some good work. Like even ES isn't a shaker.
Yeah, it's just really the team fight potential. Liquid, it's all about will Mind Control have some massive combination. Whereas OG, at any point, if you land a Golem and an RP on 3 heroes or 2 cores, Patrol walks forward, pops ult with Empower, like you will win a fight. And the only real save on Liquid, the real counter initiation, is just the OD Astral. They have they have actually 0 BKB piercing disable whatsoever.
Actually, everyone's going BKB. Look at even GH's item build.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, you need it. You need it. You're playing against Warlock Zeus.
There's no other way to survive. Does that mean Mind Control also has to do exactly the same thing after the Ags?
Oh, yeah. You go Ags, Pipe, or Ags, BKB.
Well, Spike Carapace will cause a couple of problems with the follow-up stunts, but Supplement's going to arrive. Seb skewers forward, catches 2 in the RP. Thunder God's Wrath comes down, so does the Rock with a Fatal Bonds connection. But Miracle, he'll actually let his own Eclipse go into Thompson, who's got no man to work with. He's going to hold on to all the one chances he's got, and they just keep moving through them. Liquid, it is a rampage forward. They definitely want to get this kill on Troll Warlord. They are just waiting for it. No-Tail can back out of this one, while Troll Warlord will end up going down. Miracle with the double kill. No-Tail's back at base.
Unfortunately, so is the rest of his squad, but they need to resurrect first. And really well played by Liquid. It's just, again, they recognize their power spike so well. This is just because Matumbaman has a BKB. You can't fight this if you're OG. And the little decisions, you know, you see GH, he has no intention of going for Seb. He doesn't care about this RP. He knows Matumbaman's fine. He's just trying to ensure that he gets onto this squishy backline. And OD ult, it looks like it's nothing, but in reality, he's just trying to drain the Zeus mana. You're never going to deal heavy damage to an in hero like Zeus, but you take him out of the fight completely and then stand there, punch him in the face until he drops.
It was a fun TP out from No-Tail that you were flagging during the fight. Just move to the other side of the trees. No one sees me here. My core is what they wanted.
He was the one, they said, go back. Tell them what happened here. Do not return.
This is not Sparta.
3 bounty runes going the way of Liquid once again, still abusing their map control. And I love the little tweaks. You know, I'm talking about how I love the Miracles rushing the BKB, but the game state shifted, and he decides, all right, I'll get the Kaya first. And you can see that he wasn't punished for holding on to the BKB purchase, which just means that his game will scale better. And that's huge. It means their win condition window went from, you know, maybe sometime in the next 15 minutes to maybe 2025. And you got to feel really good if you're Liquid. 9K gold lead, total map dominance.
Yeah, you know how I was saying that the gold graph was flatlining? Not anymore.
Yeah.
It is dipping, as you were saying. 9,000. The experience swung even heavier during that fight, cracking the 8K mark.
And there are the Blink Daggers picked up. One on Matumbaman, one on Seb. But I gotta think that the Liquid items are gonna be more impactful. You're waiting now for Miracle. He's got 300 gold to go until he's finished his BKB. And then we can expect Liquid to just smoke up, make something happen, because they're in a dominant position in upcoming team fights.
Yeah. Well, OG just need more time. Yeah, okay. 1.1, huh? 1.1 to the 617. Sure.
It was like 1.6 at some point in the previous game, and I was like, that's over. This one I actually think is still somewhat...
That feels like a value bet right there. If you hit an RP, if you get that combination, this is OG.
Or if...
Of course, if this could happen, Matumbaman's going to jump in. They're looking for the sun. BKB can be burnt. Jirax cleaves him down. He has the strength of God. And I'm not meaning Zeus.
And look, I think the rest of the Liquid heroes, they looking to make a play? No. Mind Control. What's he doing? He's got the courier.
This is not how you want to burn your 10-second BKB to escape. Oh, Miracle! He's going to burn the 10-second BKB anyway, but after he's already been hit by the Sunny's Eclipse, and the RP connects, and it will hold him. Going with Kuro, gets the double kill. Turn attention towards GH, but Mind Control's there. The Rock will drop. Seb skewering back Mind Control. They're trying to take away his stun control, allowing GH just a rolling boulder away, but now Mind Control's in so deep. No-Tail will stick with him. The Echo Slam comes out, but 3 heroes go down. This is why you do not count out this combo or OG.
They go right into the Roche pit. Well played. They recognize, look, no BKB on Sven. He kills a support, sure, but we can immediately look to fight. And they killed the courier a while back that had the Mind Control Axe, which is why he's walking around still with just the 3 components. Finally finishes it. If he had it there, he would not need to be buying back and would have probably been able to kill Troll.
No-Tail with this Warlock Golem, he's making sure that GH cannot pull an Arfu. Like, there is no rolling into the back. In fact, GH is still so low to this Golem. He's got to be careful. But Mind Control Fissure, it doesn't lock anybody in.
And that's just great. I'm talking about how Liquid's just going to patiently wait for the timing. OG's a TI winning team. They took a fight.
Here we go again.
Right when they needed to. And look, it's a risky initiation as OG just looked to come and connect, but that's the BKB, the ultimate. There's nothing Liquid can do to deal damage through this BKB, and OD just dies in the RP. There's no save either. If you can initiate on the OD of Miracle, there's nothing anybody can do. And right here, Mind Control, he'd be able to counter-initiate, maybe be able to find a kill on Ana right there. But he's got no Ags. He's just walking around with 3 parts.
I still can't believe that Ana started that fight with 15% HP.
Yeah,
like
it's Troll.
Almost no mana. He just has enough for a BKB and just live steals through. It wasn't even live. He just went through the rest.
You can see the difference as well between games 1 and 2. The addition of the Seb Mag makes Ana's hero work. Whereas the previous game, you know, he's playing the same way, but Animage, it's hopeless because you need to buy the acceleration item, then the items to fight. Whereas now, you're 1 item up in progression. If the Battle Fury is replaced by the Empower, SNY, the BKB's up about 20 minutes in instead of 25, 30. That gives OG the opportunity to take that fight. Now with Aegis, they can get aggressive.
I don't know totally about this though. You don't have Rock, you don't have RP. Is down for another 6 seconds, and they're using at least the time. RP's off cooldown in 3 seconds time. So they've used the smoke time just to reposition. They see Matumba for half a second.
So risky.
They're bolting. They're wondering if they're being watched. A sentry ward being planted down as well. But this is Liquid. They probably feel it. G-Rex is wrapping around the side. Matumba, he looks like he's chasing him, but he's not. He doesn't see him.
Yeah, I like what Thompson's doing here. He's just checking through the woods. He knows that based on the way OG's been playing, they've got to have vision around the area, Seb. He's going to clear out bottom. Trying to make sure they can get this tower. Kuro did a good job shoving bot. Now he's going to TP back, and yeah, you make the smoke move. Love this play. You're going to back up Miracle. They know that OG just made their move, so they're immediately going to counter. They have a feeling they're in the bottom half of the map, and they are right.
Miracle actually finished the TP to the tier 1 tower, so Ana may get caught out by this. The Thunder God's Wrath reveals Miracle. He's wanting a fight, the fresh BKB to go to work, and Ana, he's primary target, one they want to chase. No tell, the Rock is up. They found the back lines, the Rock will drop. Seb skewers himself away, doesn't take anyone with him. They're protected by the BKBs. RP is just locked down control. Matumba cannot afford to die. Mind Control, Ana just does the work. The fervor connects, and Mind Control, they're still fatally bonded connected. Kuro is dying with the damage the Mind Control is taking. There's still a 2-for-1 trade-off. Maybe they can finally finish Mind Control. No, they can't. He just leaps himself away on the back of that Aghanims.
Yeah,
and they get the 25-minute bounty runes, and it's going to be all 4 for Liquid.
Ah, that hurts. That hurts if you're OG. Huge advantage in the bounties this game to Liquid. Really the whole reason they're still ahead in the gold department. And I love that. This is the thing about this game that's so cool, is that both teams, like they're TI champions, the richest match in esports history, right? They know what they got to do to win. If you're OG, you've got to get on top of Miracle's OD, or I suppose just let Ana beat into somebody because he ate Matumba for breakfast. If you're Liquid, you got to find Seb. You can't allow him to counter-initiate. The RP has to be used to peel. If you let him use it aggressively with OG heroes ready to deal damage, you're going to lose the fight. OG have that team fight. This entire game, they're going to have it. Even though they're still outmatched, in a 5-on-5 right now, it's an even game. It's 50-50. It all comes down to who gets that superior initiation.
Yeah, but you even saw, like, even when superior initiation wasn't there, just how much damage Ana can do.
Yep, that's the Empower. Like straight up.
Just
look at his item, too. I love this. Butterfly is an unconventional item on Troll, but you've got the Empower, and you're playing against OD and Sven. They're not going to have MKB for at least 5-10 minutes, and even then, it's not the item they want in their progression. And yeah.
And Mind Control can't help him out. Like, where's your immunity piercing stun? Like, unless Miracle's going to be in range to get the imprisonment, but if he BKBs, you can't
that's
do
the conundrum, and that's what's so great about this OG lineup, where you have a ton of AoE, you got a ton of team fight. The physical damage concerns are handled because you have Troll with Empower, and the Warlock Zeus is enough to force you to itemize against magic damage. You need to pop the BKB early, because otherwise, God forbid you catch a Fatal Bonds. There isn't even a Zeus Ags up just yet, but it's on the Courier now. There's so much damage. Second roach is going to be everything.
Maybe that's another question, like, where's our 4-staffs coming in? I'm seeing a Halberd being built in by the Earth Spirit, but can they get repositioning? Can they push over the edge of the rock wall and just try and kite out the Troll while the BKB is there? Because obviously imprisonment's not going to work for you if you need your core to BKB, to jump in and BKB.
Yeah, but there is the built-in duration limiter, though. It's that was the 10, that was the 9-second BKB of Ana, but once that gets all the way down to 5, game gets easier for OG, or for Liquid to play, rather, because OD does love playing against Troll. You just asked them.
They knew the Aegis timed out. They just wanted to go on this. Mind Control is already triggering Dust. He clips the back of G-Rex. Ana starts his run. The fissure is just there to hold Ana in position. They're
they found
bolting to
Zeb.
check and rolling Boulder up. They found Zeb. The damage by Matumba's gonna hit him hard. The rock will fall, but Anna's in the midst of this. Almost killing off mind control. Zeb is down. Matumba, the further stack up is way too high. Anna's gonna kill him off. Now looks for another core, but he finds the support. He finds Kuro. Let it go. Hold him in. Bring him down. Goodbye to the troll. 3 heroes from OG brought down. And Team Liquid, the team fight belongs to them.
You could see that was just so well played, right? They hesitate, they hesitate, they hesitate. They need to go on Seb, and they blow everything to do so. No-Tail does his job, right? He's set up to counter-initiate, but there's a BKB on GH. He's able to get all of his arsenal of spells off, and Seb cannot get that RP off. I point to the unconventional item. I've never seen Seb do this. He has a Shadow Blade. Where's the stats, baby? Where's the mech? You gotta live.
No, he's just thinking right now. It's just like, I need to get my initiation off, but when you're sitting up on a hillside.
But God forbid, if that RP goes off though, right? Ana just kills both. Matumba and Mind Control, and they probably win this fight on OG. And you see here, BKB down, ult down. I even love that Ana, even though you usually see the get out of jail free cards not overlapped, he recognizes that he needs the damage steroid of his ultimate along with the spell imperviousness of the BKB because you need damage. You need to win the fight in these big cooldown windows. Otherwise, you're just going to get kited. There's way too many cheap and easy spells and slows and stuns on Liquid to allow you to do damage without that immunity.
Liquid's getting stronger now. A Blink Scythe, so they have that initiation. It won't matter about your BKB unless you can trigger it fast enough. And this is where OG feels like they're starting to just, like, it's everything in the first 5 seconds, right? Like you dump everything you've got, and what's Liquid got left standing that you can clean up?
You got to keep in mind, nothing Liquid buys really changes the win condition for them. Like OG, you've always got that one shot. All right, they're Tyson. They got the knockout. All they ever need is one more good RP, one more team fight that they take on their terms, and this game is completely even. Slight edge to Liquid, sure, but they've been fortuitous thus far to get Seb now, what, 2-3 fights in a row?
All right.
It's much harder to do that once we get this second Roche spawning 23 minutes 30 from now.
2-2 bounty runes for the first time in how many minutes? Like, it feels like an eternity. And in fact, since the first bounty runes, since the 0-minute mark, that's 10 minutes. I'm hearing 10 minutes in my sorry, we're not going back all the way to the start.
Yeah, and I'm loving. I just love watching these teams play Dota, itemize. Like, it just all makes sense. Specifically on Liquid, you have GH rushing BKB after treads, now going for a halberd because if you reduce, the troll is all the physical damage, right? If you can prevent that, kite that, slow it, disarm it, whatever. OG all of a sudden have nothing to really deal with the BKBs popped on Liquid, who once again looks to make a move. They've got Hex active on Miracle.
But Jirax wants to run in first. He's got a fresh Aeon disc for this fight. He wants to be the one they initiate in on, and that's what's going to happen. Mind Control goes the other way. RP comes down. Miracle needs to die. The Funnel Bonds connecting him up with Matumba, who's going to BKB and begin the TP out. We're going to bash with a stun. We're going to control. We're going to anything. Yes, they got the kill. He's dead for so long, too.
Yep. Dude, what'd I say? You got to go on Seb. Miracle does not. And Seb goes on Miracle, and that's it. You win the fight, OG. It's that simple. You cannot go for anyone but this Seb Magnus.
Man, I remember some odds, was it 6 to 1.1 or something like that?
I'm telling you, last game, you could have told me, like, whatever, Liquid's winning, right? Yep. This game was nowhere close to a 1.1.
Yeah.
And this OG, they're just going up the high ground. This is a troll with a butterfly. Like, he's going to eat this tower.
Yep. They're trying to slow him down. GH comes in closer, but he's going to be careful. He just kicks him back, but now he's caught underneath the Nimbus. Nimbus rolling balls away, but you cannot run from God. The Thunder connects. The tier 3 tower is brought down. And if Liquid buy back, the financial deficit on them is going to hurt so badly. And you've still got no OD. Even a catch out, Jirax, he's finding Kuro, but it feels like Kuro is like a red herring. Like, is this really the hero you want to spend some time killing off? Maybe you don't really care when Anna's still doing the work on the towers. Kuro does die, buybacks available, and it will be stopped at one lane of racks down.
I love this from OG because once... So Liquid had a slight edge, right, in that fight. OG took it way better, and now they have a critical, huge lead now, and you just back away, you kill the top shrine. Why fight for the top racks and potentially lose this to a couple of buybacks? Instead, shrine into Roche. The shrine ensures that you get the Roche. Here you go.
Yep, jump in. But now can can Liquid fight at all? Like, they were meant to be the aggressors. They're meant to be the ones who had the scythe device, who were ready to be in the midst of this fight. They got God Strength up. Anna's almost finished Roshan. He's fighting underneath the Nimbus. There's no RP. Rolling Bomber in. GH kicking back Troll Warlord. And they do find the target on Jirax, but that's why he's protected by the A on this. Need to keep the stun control going. Jirax will end up falling. Warlock will buy back. Anna's already taken the Aegis Immortal, and it's going to take Miracle along with him. And then the hunt down, and the RP connects from Sep. That's it. That's the game. They have no way to fight back when you've lost your OD, when you've lost your Sven. I know we've been really talking up mind control, but still, he cannot hold back this OG onslaught.
He can't stop the troll through BKB, and his usage has been flawless thus far. I gotta say, like, the Hex on Miracle's not paying off. He didn't even use it in that fight. No. He needs a force. He needs Shivas. He's got to stay alive. He's straight up just dying.
And this game,
and this it.
It's game.
GG, folks. No buybacks on cores.
It's been fantastic. Mind Control's going to try with the Echo Slam, but then they've still got cheese. Thompson goes back to full life while Anna is ripping apart the back line. Kuro can let it go, but your bond, you are fatally bonded to Mind Control, who's trying to bounce away. It's all distraction, but OG are playing objective-based gaming. They'll kill off Kuro. They'll skewer him back. Then GG is called. OG in 34 minutes. They knew it. This is what OG's all about. You think they're behind. You think they're not in this game, but they got the combination. Teams banned Magnus against OG for this exact reason. Their recovery was fast. Their team fights were great.
OG understands damage better than any team in Dota 2. They never have games where they don't recognize ways to reduce enemy damage and ways to ensure that they will always be able to outscale you. It's just brilliant. You force BKBs. You make it feel like Liquid need to deal with your supports and your backline, but it's really Ana and the troll. Like he just straight up played as close to a perfect game as I think you can. 15-5-2. Most of his deaths were in the early game, but the BKB usage, you're a core player at home. That's how it's done, folks, and really just well executed. They keep themselves alive in the tournament, and now I'm pretty sure we're going to 100% go to tiebreakers.
I would cry if either of these teams got eliminated from ESL One. I want to see more Liquid Dota. I want to see more OG Dota. Like, this is just terrific games, terrific drafts, so back and forward. But two teams have to go out in the group. They won it up at least, so they'll end up the group stage at 5-5 at the end. But,
and credit to Seb for both the shot calling and also just his recognition of like how his team had to win fights. He RP'd one when he was initiated on. He's just trying to RP, get it off. When he's able to counter initiate, he's just looking for one guy. And it's the Miracle OD. Every time he's able to do so, his team wins a convincing fight. They played around objectives very well. It felt like OG. They won the fights they needed to, but they won the game in as few team fight victories as possible because they were able to get so much advantage out of those 5v5s they were able to take. Really just great series, 1-1. Shame we don't get the third, but with luck we'll see both these teams. Oh man,
if they can get through the group stage, of course their fate is in everyone else's hands as well as the tiebreakers or however that gets worked out. But don't worry, we know the man who can break all of that down. He's wise, he's old, he's red.
Some of those. Anyway, good stuff from OG. Well done to Seb and the boys for coming back in that one. And my goodness, they needed it as well. We'll discuss all the permutations and all the very closeness of this particular group here because it has finished very close. Although I have to tell you, the other two matches are still going on as well. We'll bring you those updates as we get them. First, though, we're going to break it down Game 2 and the series as a whole with Capitalist and Purge alongside me. Gents, blimey.
Yeah, it was a quick one.
That could have been worse. That could have been very bad for OG.
It could have been, yeah, if they lost that one. But I think what that game really showed to me was it really convinced me on the Troll Mag combo. Like before, when I saw the two together, I was like, okay, melee hero with Empower. Yeah, you're gonna farm faster, but is that really enough? But it really was. It it turned the Troll ulti into something fearsome, and it also guaranteed that enemy heroes were not moving, and that they were also grouped up close together. So it basically turned a Troll ulti into like 2 guaranteed kills if you RP 2 heroes. Like that was what you said. You need to get a kill with Troll ulti to be effective, and RP just guarantees that while also being the Empower combo that you want with melee heroes. So it makes sense now why OG picked in the first two.
The mag ends up working really well against the OD. Like spacing wise, if you think about how a team fight goes, Troll pops his ultimate and as the OD, you can come in and save that ally with the imprisonment, but that just, like the fact that you move forward just a little bit puts you in range of this Blink Dagger mag that's going to be able to get to that backline. We saw multiple times he got the RP on the OD +1. Sometimes it was mind control, sometimes it was a support, but it did look really good. One of the most impressive ones was when Sven BKB'd and tried to go for a TP out, and Troll just literally beat him down in that window, that very, very small window, thanks in large part to Empower and the extra damage he has.
And it's normally like BKB is an item solution, but in this game it didn't feel like it because Troll's damage was much higher because of the Empower, and with RP in combination with it, it's like they have stuns that go through BKB and the Warlock Golem, and they can just right-click him down. It was actually really impressive. It made it feel like Liquid just didn't have a late-game solution.
And then the follow-up Butterfly just meant that they couldn't actually burst down. They weren't given an opportunity that if Liquid did get strong initiation, they wouldn't be able to burst down the Troll very well because you just don't want to build MKB on Sven or the OD, right? So then your two primary damage sources are heavily mitigated at that point.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't want to read too much into it, but Liquid have finished all matches 1-1.
Yeah.
Has an OG as well? Or
No,
did they get what they got?
They lost a 2-0 and won a 2-0, but they're the only team to have finished all 5 games 1-1, which I'm not sure what that says to us.
It's weird, yeah. It's definitely a little weird. Just every team is really good, I guess, is maybe one easy thing that you can say.
Everyone can beat everyone on their day and in the right circumstances.
And the story could be so different if these were BO3s. Obviously, if we had that, we'd have like an extra 2 days of group stage or something like that. So you can't. But like,
we'd have been here on Saturday, Kevin.
It could mean so many. It could mean so many things. Oh, these could all been 2-1s. Oh,
yes.
These all could have been 1-2s. Who knows?
Sure.
Like it's hard to say. It's just kind of like they're not solidified. They're not quite ready for the draft, as are all the teams right now.
Yep, Patch is playing its part, that's for sure. The scoreboard tells the story of game number 2 between OG and Liquid, the Millionaire matchup. 34 minutes and 2 seconds. Scoreboard kind of skewed towards Liquid a little bit after the early game in that particular matchup, but it's OG who come out on top and move to 5-5. Both teams heading on 5-5. TNC, if they beat Ninjas in Pyjamas, would also be 5-5. No, they would be 6-4.
Yeah,
so
they would be 6-4.
If NiP win that last game, and they were ahead in that last game in the other match, then they would both finish on 5-5 as well.
They're not anymore, though. Got it up right now on my screen, and it is looking very good for TNC.
Okay, so that would put...
If that happens, right, it saves Liquid and OG?
It does save Liquid and OG, but it also means that TNC not only qualify for the next round, it means they qualify in the upper bracket as well.
Yeah.
So it's a big game going on right now. It also means NiP go home.
That's crazy.
Just one game, which is crazy. That's going on right now on the other stream. So if you want to go and watch that one, you can. But keep us open, keep us in the loop as well, because we're going to be here. We're also going to have some interviews as well. So let's catch up with one of the players who Shiva's been hunting down.
Thanks, Paul. Soshka, we haven't had the chance to talk to you yet, so very happy for you to join me here. First of all, I want to ask how you're doing and how you're doing with the team and adjusting to the coaching life, as it were.
Well, everything is great. I'm so happy to be back, especially in this awesome team, OG. So yeah, everything is going super well. I'm starting to fit better for the team. Like at the start, it was a bit difficult to help them a lot, but now I feel better about everything. So I'm super happy.
Also super happy, I would imagine, because of that game just now that you ended up winning. I'm not going to lie, it looked tough for you guys. How did you experience that?
Yeah, it was the same for me. I was watching it and I had that feeling. Like it was a hard game, obviously. So when we turn around with the first RP mid, I feel better. We got the rush. Everything feels good. I think they got a good fight after it. But yeah, well, I mean, I'm happy. Like it was super important to win it because of the group situation. So yeah, super happy with this game.
Now, I do also have to talk a little bit about that first game because it looked like you guys are kind of caught off guard by the Meepo pick. What was the plan to deal with that?
Yeah, it was like obviously last pick Meepo. I mean, we talked about it, but there was Broodmother as well, so we decided to ban Brood and deal with the Meepo. I feel like we managed to stabilize the game with the Morph and Troll, but we got a bad fight at the Bunchirun bot. I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. So after it was Meepo doing Meepo thing, and we couldn't really adjust to it. So yeah.
All right, well, fair enough. Well, thank you for taking the time. I'm going to let you get back to your team because you got more to play, I believe. And yeah, thank you for taking the time. And we are going to go back to the panel.
Thank you very much. Yeah, an old school player there. Le Sox, as some of us called him. Used to play in...
On teams with Mad.
Yes, on teams with
Fonzie.
Mad mostly. Baguette, I think,
Sigma.
was one of Sigma was one of them. Back in 2013, 14.
Oh, what about
Can't
TI1?
remember.
They were on Virus, I think,
Were they on Virus
Yeah.
together as well?
I believe.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he hasn't been around for a few years, so it's great to see him come back and do some coaching as well. And it's obviously having a positive effect on that team as well, which is nice to see.
Yeah, it has been good.
Escape time, that was. I want to talk group stage. What a crazy group this Group A has been.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that this was also the group that you look at. There were... I mean, I guess it just depends on how you looked at TNC. I personally looked at TNC somewhat favorably just because it looked with, like, Keen being brought in.
Sorry,
TNC
did you say
was just looking
unfavorably?
If I looked at them favorably, but
okay.
if you looked into this, you said it'll probably be forward TNC out like
or TNC NIP
well,
maybe.
I just don't think many people expected NIP to be the one that could be going out.
Right.
But like this is definitely the group where there isn't an easy out based on how you looked at TNC going into this tournament. Whereas Group B, I mean, Alliance, Gambit, like those are two. Like you are like maybe they can upset it, but you're expecting them to be the bottom two. I think this is you're expecting Forward to be the bottom, but you don't know who that other one's going to be.
And we're going to get a bit ahead of ourselves because obviously still matches going on. Let's just wrap up on this one. Kevin, MVP for this one?
Probably Anna that game. Anna played excellent. It's hard to say because there's really good KDAs. Everyone else on his team played fantastic, but it felt like a very, very solid troll performance. He was using his BKB as well as he popped his ulti at the right time. But he had the best KDA for sure. Most impressive performance, but it was a hard choice.
Yeah, seems to have slotted.
It's really good for this. I think.
He seems to have slotted back in really easily. I mean, I know. He's played with them so many times before, but it's been a while. You know, he hasn't played with them since TI, and he just turns up here and suddenly it looks like a proper team again. I mean, how is he able to do that?
Fits well into the team. Can trust his teammates. There's probably lots of stuff, but it's probably very different going from like pub games to like a team where everybody has good strategy and organizes around you.
Right.
They give him the space, gives him perfect circumstances, and then he can play Dota well, which is what he's good at. So
yeah, and we should point out as well, he has been playing a lot of Dota as well. It's not like he disappeared for 9 months and came back and then said, "Oh, what's this game? I haven't played this for ages." He's been playing a lot anyway, so
yeah,
he stayed sharp.
He's also a very unique player. I think Anna is. I read an interview recently with Sakshka, and he was talking about Anna, and he says like his aggression as a player is just kind of unrivaled to anybody else that he's kind of met before. And I think he has. I remember being on one of the buses when OG won one of the majors or something, and Anna. Like I asked them a little bit about what it was like going into late game, like how much is Anna making calls, and Anna is actually like comfortable enough going into these late game scenarios. And I think that's sometimes difficult for these like star power carries. Like you have to adopt a leadership role as well because you are the strongest hero in the game, so you have to be able to understand your reads about the game and tell that to your team and say, this is what I want to do. And it sounds like Anna is able to accomplish that. So he's kind of like the best of both worlds in that regard. He's that, a quiet player you can rely upon, but when you need him to communicate, he will.
Yeah, he's definitely proving the point. And slotting very nicely back into the TI winning team. And they are, at least for now, we think, probably, maybe, definitely somewhere in between all of that through to the next round. But never mind all of that, because we will confirm exactly who's moved on from Group A after this extended break. When we come back, we'll talk about Group A's findings and we'll look ahead to the final round of Group B.